Hello everyone, A-Tox back in the video. I like lands and mana to cast spells. You do too? Great! Here's a deck for you. What? You don't know how to play the deck? Fine. I'll teach you how to play the deck. Today's commander is Titania Voice of Gaea. Titania is 1 double green legendary creature elemental. With reach, whenever one or more land cards are put into the graveyard from anywhere, you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 more land cards in your graveyard, and you control Titania Voice of Gaea and a land named Argoth, Saint of Nature, exile them both and meld them into Titania Gaea's Incarnate. So first off, I thought it was a little odd to have land cards instead of just lands. For me, I've been playing forever. I just said lands. You may play lands, this and that. So when I heard land cards, I'm like, wait, what? It wasn't odd, just strange to hear land cards instead of lands. So what is Argoth, Saint of Nature, Titania, Gaea, Incarnate? Calm down, calm down. I'll get to it in a second. Argoth, Saint of Nature is a land. I don't understand why it's just a land. I don't know why it isn't a legendary land. Isn't Argoth important in the story, like where people live and all that? So why isn't Argoth, Saint of Nature, legendary land? Is there more than one Argoth, Saint of Nature? I don't know. Whatever, let's move on. Argoth enters the battlefield. Tap unless you control a legendary creature, so your commander. The thing about Meld, it's not very used mechanic. I think the last time it was used for this few sets was, Eldritch Moon with those? So, to get Meld, you need to have the 2 cards, Titania Voice of Gaea and Argoth. When you meet the requirements for you to meld them, flip the cards on the back, and that's how you get Titania Gaea's Incarnate. So, let's say for draft and all that, you draft them. You need to have sleeves or a replacement card, or you can't really use them because they don't have the typical magic back. Titania Gaea Incarnate is a legendary creature, elemental avatar with vigilance, reach, trample, and haste. Titania Gaea's Incarnate, power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. So since this is a land matter deck with 40 plus lands, this thing could be absolutely huge. Whenever Titania enters the battlefield, return all lands from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And last but not least, her last ability, 3 green, put 4 +1/+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. So this deck, it's going to be a very heavy ramp harder. Let's get into the creatures. I have 30 creatures. Elvish Reclaimer, 500 elves, Lenore elves, Lotus Cobra, Augur of Autumn, Lusus of Lost with Seeking, Horse of Crucifix, Dryad of Elusian Grove, Eternal Witness, Rampant Excavator, Scoot Swarm, Spring Bloom Druid, Tireless Tracker, Oracle of Moldai. I remember when this thing was like $40-50 when it was only printed once back in OG Zendikar. Now it's like $7. How have the mightiest fallen? Root Path, Purifier, Toski, the Bearer of Secrets, World Shaper, Defiler of Vigor, Green Sleeves, Maro Sorcerer, Penrella, Behemoth, I don't know how to say that. Titania, Protective Argoth, Ancient Green Warden, Multani, Yavimiles Avatar, Rampaging Balefs. It's just Balof. I mean, technically it's Balefs, because there's more than one of them. Titania Nature's Force, Yuan Walled Hydra, Cultivator Colossus, Creator Hoof Behemoth. Hello everyone, it's host editing A-Tox here. I just want to say I did forget one more creature again. That would be the main finisher of the deck without the commander, Creator Hoof Behemoth. The deck is a very good toolbox worth of creatures, from extra playing lands to big finishers. This deck has a little bit of everything green needs. Now for the very sad, but the same planeswalker, different tree, the same person, but different tree. I guess they're dead now in the story. I have no idea. But Renin, Realmbreaker, and Renin 7. I personally think every Renin tree planeswalker, it's always been a good planeswalker. Renin 6 allows you to shoot down a 2, it does 1 damage to target creature. Spells get Surveil or something like that, and play lands back. Realmbreaker is just amazing. So is Renin 7. So they're really good. I mean, not Renin 7. Renin Realmbreaker, when I saw that, was spoiled. The first planeswalker, I believe, of Mom or March of the Sheens was spoiled was, Archangel Elspeth. And I personally didn't think it was that good. I mean, maybe for Cheerios, eggs, something like that. It could have been great, but Renin Realmbreaker is just amazing. Now it's time for ramp, and more ramp. Ramp those lands harder. AKA 14 spell time. Nature's Claim, Awaken the Woods, Constant Mist, Explore, Heroic Intervention, Court of Calling, Kodama's Reach. I have it as Kodama's Rack for some reason. I don't know why. Realms Uncharted, Harmonize, Escape Shift, Splendid, Reclamation, Triumph of the Horde, Return of the Wild Speaker, Titania's Command. This deck can ramp and ramp hard. I mean, it is a ramp deck. It's a lands that matter deck, so what else do you think except ramp those lands hard? Now it's time for Mana, Life, and Untapped lands, aka the 8 artifacts: Zorn Orb, Amulet of Vigor, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Emerald Medallion, Staff of Titania, Horn of Greed, Conduit of Worlds. Even though there are very few artifacts and not a lot of, I guess, mana rocks, the only two are like Soul Ring and an Arcane Signet, but the Zorn Orb gives you life in exchange for a land. Amulet of Vigor allows you to untap, have the lands untapped when they enter battlefield if they were down to tapped. Soul Ring and Arcane Signet, classic mana rock, so they're good. Emerald Medallion makes things cheaper. Staff of Titania is a good card in general. Horn of Greed, even though it does not just stick with you, it's for everyone. Whenever a player plays land, draw a card. It's good. In Conduit of Worlds, I personally think this card's underrated. Sure, it allows you to play lands back from your graveyard, and it only allows you to cast technically one spell per turn, but it gives you the ability to Escape Shift, Splendid, Reclamation, Triumph of the Hordes. It's just a good card in general. So I don't know what to say besides it's a good card. Let's move on to the enchantments now. I only have 5 of them. Congruent, Crossroads, Exploration, Sylvan Library, Wilderness Reclamation, and Zendikar's Royal. Again, not much, but a overall good toolbox of cards. Now for those important cards in the deck, lands. There are 40. Of course, there's a bunch of lands. It's a deck that heavily relies on lands. Argosic Nature, Cabaretti, Courtyard, Evolving Wilds, 32 Forests, Myriad Landscape, Prismatic Vista, Riveteers, Overlook, Terramorphic Expansion, Yavimaya, Cradle Growth. Not much here besides its lands. What do you expect for a mono green land matter deck? It's just lands. I mean, there's probably a few other lands I could have gone, a few other cards I could have put in here, but this is my list. I actually built this when Not Much Machines Dominaria United was spoiled. So this deck is technically a few months old. Having that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope you are enjoying my content. If you do, please like the video, comment on what I would change in the deck list, or what else I should do to make the video better. I know people are like, oh, quit YouTube. I'm not doing that. For me, this is like just, honestly, I love making decks. I love exploring unexplored territory. Hey, Magic's been around for 31 years, even though it's not in the greatest place. I don't think it'll be going anywhere soon unless they somehow really screw up. Until next time, A-Tox out. And always remember, I drew first. See ya.